bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ellie Pai Hong, and this is Comcast Newsmakers. This hour's newsmaker is Jonathan Lavin, CEO of AgeOptions. Today, we'll be talking about the Maturing of Illinois initiative. Jonathan, great to have you here.
Thank you.
First of all, let's start off with what your agency does. AgeOptions is a nonprofit agency.
Yes, AgeOptions is one of 13 area agencies on aging in Illinois under the Older Americans Act and the Illinois Act on Aging. We're responsible for planning service programs that are non-medical and non-housing and non-health care and income, but social services provided in the community. We work with about 60 partner community organizations to provide support to older people who need that extra help to stay in their own community and function as well as they can.
And the older population is going to be booming. We have a stat here that 1 in 5 Illinoisans will be 60 or older by the year 2030. So you have this huge initiative going on called Maturing of Illinois to help deal with that population or help that population.
Right. We realize that state, federal dollars are so important in terms of providing direction and support in the communities, but bottom line is that the community itself will have to respond to the needs of its older citizenry. So we've been working with all of our colleagues throughout Illinois at the direction of the National Association of Area Agencies on Aging, which did a study about 4 years ago that said half the communities in the country have not even considered or thought about the aging of their populations. So what we did was we asked the Illinois General Assembly to pass a resolution saying we want to see how communities can be as prepared as possible for the imminent increase in the number of older people that will be part of their fabric of life.
So these communities actually have a deadline to report to the General Assembly, and there are certain categories that you're looking at.
Right. We'll be approaching 6 communities in suburban Cook County where we are the area agency, and then other area agencies will be assessing a like number. And what we're looking at is 10 areas that are really important in terms of how a community can respond to the needs of a population. They include health and human services, land use, housing, transportation, public safety, workforce and economic development, recreation, lifelong education, civic engagement, and emergency preparedness.
And these are really important categories, especially for that population, because you don't deal with that population the same you would the general population.
Well, in fact, we deal with all citizens. It's the Maturing of Illinois and lifelong communities. So it's everybody in the community needs to have support and thinking that will establish and help them. Older people have certain types of problems, but the planning we're talking about can be integrated into the ongoing decisions and budgeting and community assessments that communities do already. And it just adds that element of, is it enough to just look at parks and recreation without considering the full range of the population that will be using them and how they'll be using them and what's best in terms of assuring that they are functional for everybody.
And we're all getting older, obviously. We can't deny that fact. How can folks get involved and help? You guys have a huge fundraiser coming up in the fall.
We have a fundraiser every fall, and this one is very special because we are focusing on the celebrating aging and making sure that we do all we can to bring resources into the community with the very difficult budgeting that's happening at all levels.
And you do ongoing fundraising year-round as well. It's not limited to that one fundraiser.
We encourage people to volunteer. We encourage people to contribute any way they can to make sure that we are prepared and that we're focused on helping those in greatest need as well as those who can contribute to a society and community.
Right, because we all will eventually benefit from these services, and we all will need it.
I'm afraid so.
Yeah. And the website, you can find out more information about this Maturing of Illinois initiative, and your agency is ageoptions.org.
That's great.
All right, Jonathan, thanks so much for coming in. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
And this hour's newsmaker has been Jonathan Lavin for AgeOptions. I'm Ellie Pai Hong. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like more information about Comcast Newsmakers, visit us online at newsmakers.tv. We'll see you next time.
The preceding was a presentation of Comcast Newsmakers. Now, back to headline news.